Big updates on the Jayden Daniels front. How is he progressing in his return from his injury? And why does it seem like he will be on the field sooner than later? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Full Command Show. My name is Grant Mitchell, back with you here live on a Tuesday morning so we can talk about your Washington Commanders. As I teased there in the intro, we are going to be talking about Jayden Daniels. He is back at practice, but in what capacity and when should we expect to see him back on the field? Also going to talk about some other players who are having their 21-day windows open, some injured players who look to be back in contention to start on Sunday. We're going to get into all of that and a whole lot more, guys. But before we do, make sure that you do hit that like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. Link to join the Full Command Discord as well at the top of the description. It's Thanksgiving. It's family time. Come be a part of the family. We do monthly giveaways. So we got, 5 days left? If you want to be a part of this month's giveaway, you got 5 days to join up. Also, we talk about the games as they happen. It's just a bunch of fun. So speaking of the holidays here, before we get to the video, I'm actually going to the airport in a couple of hours to pick up my mom who's flying into town. I want to start this off because I don't know how many of you are going to be here on Thursday, just being realistic. I don't know how many people are watching my videos instead of getting ready to cook some turkey up with the family. So I'm going to ask my holiday questions here. And I genuinely want responses. I want to see everybody go down to the comments and let me know what your picks are here. So I'm going to start off by asking the age-old question, ham or turkey? Okay, for me, this is a slam dunk, no doubter, ham. 1,000%. My boy was telling me about a video that he was going to send me. He hasn't sent it to me yet, but apparently it was someone down in Louisiana who just basted like a pound of butter into the turkey. And maybe that's the way to get it to not be so dry. But man, I hate eating foods. And you know what? This is also why I'm not a huge wine drinker either, because I hate eating things, or in the case of wine, drinking something that makes me thirsty. I guess peanut butter is the exception because I love peanut butter. I put peanut butter on everything. But for the most part, turkey, it's just like it's so dry. It's kind of bland. You can do a whole lot more with chicken and steak, obviously, but then ham. You got the brown sugar coating. We got a ham from Honey Baked Ham this year. Hopefully, as I become a man, I'll be able to cook my own ham at home one day, but I'm taking the easy route for now. But it's an easy one for me, ham. Okay, favorite side dish. Run down the list, which I'm going to say this. I think rolls are really underrated. Having really good, warm rolls that are hard on the interior. They're like good cookies. They're hard on the interior, but like soft on the inside. Get some butter in there. Rolls can be really good. Stuffing. I'm not a big cranberry guy. I love green bean casserole, mac and cheese. But I got to say, my number one side dish is sweet potato casserole. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I feel like it's, if you like it, you love it. Or if you don't like it, then you hate it sort of deal. There's a special recipe in my family that my mom came up with it, and I have a feeling it's going to be passed down for generations because it's just so good. Anytime we're with other people having a potluck or anything, and the sweet potato casserole is always the big hit. And I have the recipe, and I made it for my Friendsgiving over the weekend, and everybody loved it. And favorite dessert. So I'm a pumpkin pie guy. The problem is my girl hates everything pumpkin. So last year we tried to like find a compromise, and we had pumpkin cheesecake, and that was delicious. So that's only been a one-time thing. I'm gonna have to taste it again because we're making it again this year, and I'll be able to officially confirm my thoughts on it. That's pretty high on the list. I love pumpkin pie. Just nice, simple pumpkin pie, whipped cream, ice cream, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream and vanilla ice cream on it. Triple berry pie even's pretty good as well. But okay, ham or turkey, favorite side dish, favorite dessert. Go to the comment section. Let me know what your picks are. I'm getting hungry just talking about this. Let's talk about Jayden Daniels here. So he's back at practice. We got confirmation from several reporters, and then Dan Quinn in his press conference on Monday. He was participating in practice. It was only a jog-through, so far from full participant in full speed or anything like that. But he is back, and that's insane to me. From when I saw his arm bending the wrong way, I thought he was going to be out for 6 months, and somehow looks like he's going to be about a month or so. Now, all of the big reporters, your Shefties and Fowlers and everyone, they're saying he is doubtful. He is a long shot to play on Sunday night, which I think is a smart decision. Even if he could play, why would you put him out against the best defense in the NFL that generates the most pressure in the NFL when we're not competing for anything, so we don't need to rush him back? Let's give him a higher chance of survival, more time to heal up from this injury, and just be a little more comfortable. Like, if the whole point of this, of bringing him back, is to get him in rhythm, developmental reps, not sure he's going to do that against the best defense in the NFL. When you look what the Broncos have done to basically every team in the NFL this season. Now, if I'm judging this timeline correctly of, okay, when he got injured, after going through the test and everything, it was a 3 to 6 week sort of expected return time. We're going to be at about a month after this Broncos game. He's practicing now, not playing this weekend. If I'm just kind of piecing everything together correctly, sounds to me like they want him to come back for the Vikings game. That would mean he would get the final 5 games of the season, which are at Vikings, at Giants, home for Eagles, home for Cowboys, at Eagles. Maybe he doesn't play in week 18 and it's the month. It's at Vikings, at Giants, Eagles, Cowboys. And then you play backups in week 18. I don't know. I'm trying to read through the tea leaves here, which has been, I've done that correctly quite a bit this season. And I've also missed quite a bit this season because there have just been so many unknowns this year, whether it's been injuries, whether it's been coaching decisions, players getting promoted or demoted. It's anyone's best guess right now. So until we have this confirmed, I would hold off on, if you live in Minnesota, you want to go see the Commanders play and you're waiting to buy tickets, like, I would hold off until we get those reports. But that's just my expectation. Not playing Sunday night, will play on the road against the Vikings. Not my feelings, and if he should or shouldn't, just telling you how I see it. Some other returning players here. So this is nice to see. Will Harris is reportedly a strong candidate to make his return on Sunday. I am excited to see Will Harris. When he signed his deal with the Commanders, he signed a 2-year deal. One of very few veterans who signed with the Commanders and not on a 1-year deal. So unless he's cut, he will be back with the team next year. I liked what I saw from Will Harris for the most part in the first couple of games. He got injured in week 3. He did get completely run over at the goal line in week 2 against the Packers, but he seemed solid back there. When I think of all the communication breakdowns that have happened in the secondary this year, we've heard from players and coaches Will Harris was supposed to be the biggest communicator in that back-end group. So even if he's not an all-pro talent, if he comes back and the secondary looks more connected, and granted, they looked more connected against the Dolphins as well, but the Dolphins are awful. If the secondary looks connected for the rest of the year, and then maybe Will Harris isn't the best player in the world, but maybe he has a very positive impact on the secondary, and I could look at that and say, okay, yes, you do. I do want you back on this team as a starter next year. Right now, there have been a lot of people who have said you can directly track the fall off of the team, at least early in the season, to when Will Harris went out with his injury. I'm not willing to go that far because I saw Will Harris play 2 games. One of them, the defense was really good, and the other one, they had no answers for the Packers, and we were not competitive in that game. So I'm not at a point where I can say, yeah, having Will Harris made the difference. The end of this season will tell me that if he did or not. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm also excited to see Drake Jackson, who could be on the field. If you remember, his 21-day window opened. A 21-day window opened about, I think, 13 days ago. So I'm expecting him to probably be playing in this game. How much usage, I have no idea. And to be clear, DQ has not confirmed he's starting or playing or anything like that. But my expectation is he's got to get on the field. And I'm just excited to see him. This is a kid who was a 2nd-round pick just a few years ago, coming off of a major knee injury. And that combined with him going to a new home, leaving San Francisco, coming to the Commanders, it's going to be difficult for him. And it's an adverse situation. I would not judge him if he does not play well. This is really a can't-lose situation. If he shows up and he does impress, that's a good thing for us. And we should be looking to keep him around for the long term. Because, again, he's a young kid, 2nd-round pick a couple of years ago. Noah Brown also had his 21-day window opened. Does not mean that he has to play this weekend, but means he will be back in the next few weeks. that makes me wonder, are we going to see Terry McLaurin on Sunday night or not? Because if you remember, Tery and Noah were both in Spain practicing with the team and supporting them during the game. Noah's had his window open. Tery was never on IR, so he doesn't have to have his window open. But at what point is he going to be back? Because, let's see, Terry McLaurin, am I remembering correctly? Yes, his last game was the Chiefs game because he scored our only touchdown in that game. And if we look at the Commanders' schedule, they played the Chiefs on October 27th. So we're basically exactly 1 month removed from that. We have played 3 more games. This will be the 4th game. And so if they were going to put Tery on IR, he would have had to have missed all of these games, and then he would be eligible to come back the following week, which would be the Vikings game that I said already. I think that's when Jayden is coming back. But because they didn't put him on IR, they don't have to hold him out that long, and he could be back on Sunday. Don't know. Guessing we will get more updates as we go through the rest of the week. Not a whole lot else to touch on here before I get out of here. One note that I did just want to put out there when we are thinking about what the Commanders could look like next season, just keep an eye on the transactions around the league related to coaches. We just saw the Raiders fired Chip Kelly, their offensive coordinator. And hey, he probably deserved to go, because when you make Ashton Jeanty look like oh gosh, who was the 300-pound quarterback for the Giants? He played at Kentucky, I think. See, now I have to look this up. Was his name Scott something? No, Jared Lorenzen. The hefty lefty, Jared Lorenzen. The heaviest quarterback to play in the NFL. And of course, rest in peace to Jared Lorenzen. He passed away in 2019. I do remember saying that. So rest in peace to Jared Lorenzen. But when you make Ashton Jeanty, who had one of the 5 best seasons a college running back has ever had, look like Jared Lorenzen, there is an issue. So Chip Kelly deserved to go. I'm not saying I want us to hire him. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just bringing this up to say that we're at that time of the year where coaches and GMs are saying, hey, we gave you enough time. It's not working out. So let's look to move on. Or maybe teams think we've got a month left in the season. We don't like the head coach. Let's pass it along to an interim, give them basically an audition to see if they're ready to become the full-time coach. So, for example, head coach that I could be interested in as a defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon. Do the Cardinals decide, hey, the Gannon era is over, we're moving on? Because when I look at this coaching staff, Joe Witt Jr., I think, has to be gone. Going back to some of Dan Quinn's comments about how he's going to hire, or it wasn't his comments, actually. It was a report from John Keim about DQ that he thinks he's going to hire someone in the offseason. He doesn't want to continue being a play-calling head coach. So we're probably going to need a defensive coordinator. I don't think Joe Witt Jr. is coming back to that role after he was demoted. So Jonathan Gannon, like I said, Chip Kelly was fired. Are there any other offensive coordinators out there? Is Joe Brady going to get fired by the Bills? Would we want him to replace Cliff Kingsbury? Is Cliff going to be here? Is he not going to be here? I don't know. Just keep an eye on it. And as you can expect, or as you would expect, I will be all over it, covering these videos as we move through the rest of the season. But guys, that's going to do it for me in this video today. I appreciate you all joining me. Comment section, ham or turkey, favorite side dish, favorite dessert. I want to know all of it, in addition to your thoughts and everything I said here. I am going to go get ready to go pick up my mom from the airport. So I'm going to head out of here, guys. I appreciate you all joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.